This program is made possible in part by a production grant from Phillips Buick GMC.
Want to save money servicing your vehicle? Visit Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer. For oil changes, tire repairs, or maintenance, you get more than fast, reliable service. You get fair pricing and quality work done the first time by factory-trained technicians you can trust. And with 48 service bays, no appointments are necessary. Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer, just south of the Villages.
Welcome to the Leesburg High Sports Buzz. I'm your host, Ashley Hunt, here with the head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Randy Trivers. Coach, how you doing?
Doing great, Ashley.
Well, Coach, we came off of a impressive 34-25 victory over the Mount Dora Hurricanes, and once again, we come out to play the game, get started, and for the third time this season have had some kind of weather that's affected the game.
Yeah, it seems like it's become the norm for this football season. We had a lot of bad weather in the preseason with lightning, and it's gone into the season where just about every game we've had a delay or a postponement, and last Friday was no different.
Well, we come out of the gate firing, I thought, on all cylinders offensively and defensively. Played very well. The very first possession, we come out, Brian Jefferson had a nice catch, Lee Bennett had a nice catch and a run, Dunham picks up a big 4th and short. We end up scoring on an 18-yard scramble by Dunham, up 7-0 early in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a nice way to start off. I think it was 14 plays or so in our first drive that was well engineered. Went pretty much as planned there. They don't always go that way, your initial drive, but certainly that was a great way for us to start. And we knew we were playing a very, very good football team in Mount Dora, and for our kids to come out and execute that way, it was very, very impressive. And as you said, we spread the ball around. Some different players contributed on that first touchdown scoring drive.
And another unique thing that happened in that possession is Tyler Boss ended up with a reception.
Yep, Tyler Boss ended up with a reception, and I don't think that was intended, but it certainly did happen, and 4-yard catch for Tyler Boss, who is not that's his dream to be a tight end fullback, and he got to fulfill that last Friday. I don't know that he'll ever catch another one again.
So you guys come back out on defense, force a 3-and-out, force a punt by Mount Dora. Not a very good punt by Mount Dora. We get the ball back, we're starting to roll, and then it happens, the lightning strike.
Yep, and you never know how that's going to affect either team, and then for us, we were feeling really good. We had a good rhythm offensively, defensively. We were off to a very, very good start. As you said, the 3-and-out. And, so having the lightning delay there, I wasn't real thrilled about that because, football is a game of momentum, swings, and certainly when you're in a rhythm, you hate to stop and take yourself out of that. So I don't think the lightning helped us, but certainly our guys, I thought, did a good job of maintaining a certain amount of focus.
It ended up with pretty much a double delay because I think the game was getting ready to start, and then there you go. There's a lightning strike off in the distance somewhere, and we started all over again. So you guys were in the locker room for some period of time.
Correct. We were literally 2 minutes away from hitting the field and coming out and playing after the 30-plus minute delay, and then we had another strike that was right over us, so we had to delay another 30 minutes. So we were over an hour between the time that we left the field and the time we were able to get back on.
So we eventually make it back out on the field. The defense picks up right where they left off, continue to play well. Who were some of the guys that had particularly good games defensively?
Oh, boy. Well, Lee Bennett, we'll have on later, had an outstanding game defensively. Adrian Falconer had a very good game defensively. Up front, we had guys like Leon King, who had another outstanding performance. Just a myriad of guys. Tyrell Davis had another good game defensively. So I thought for explosive as Mount Dora is, with the number of athletes they have that can make plays, I thought our defense played really, really well, giving up 2 touchdowns on the night combined as a defense, and really limiting their rushing yardage and neutralizing their passing game, holding them under 40% passing and under 100 yards total rushing. I thought our defense did a pretty good job.
So defense continues to play well. We start the second quarter. Offense gets the ball back in great position, marches the ball right down the field. I believe Falconer had a catch on that drive. Eldridge ended up capping it off with a 25-yard field goal. But we were right there knocking on the goal line, and I think that we got a call assisting the runner or something to that effect that backed us up and forced us to kick the field goal.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable, sometimes that happens as far as some of the calls that we get. I mean, you're going to get that every week, one or two that aren't going to go in your favor. I'm still looking on the film to see if I can find the assisting the runner. I haven't found the ghost that back there that assisted the runner on that one. But, it was called, so it is what it is, and we had to settle for three. And luckily, we have a nice field goal PAT team where we can snap, hold, and kick it, and certainly help us expand our lead.
Yeah, there were some calls on the night that I thought, obviously I don't have the benefit of being down on the field and hearing what's being said and that type of thing, but it seems like at some point they just weren't letting them play, that there were some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and that really, to our advantage, I guess, a few times it really played to our advantage, but it seems like they were a little overzealous in throwing the flag.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes it goes the other way, it goes your way, so, we expect that every week, as I said. I mean, there's going to be some calls that just are go into the game knowing that, hey, maybe this holding call, when you go back and look at it on tape, really wasn't a holding call, this face mask call, this whatever it may be, but, that happens, and we got to be able to overcome those things when they do happen against us, and certainly sometimes you get one or two in your favor, so it all evens out over the course of the year. You just hope that you don't get those calls at the wrong times. That's the thing that really gets you. If you rip off a 30-yard gain or a big touchdown and you have one of those penalties, that's when it's crucial and costly.
So defense, once again, after Eldridge makes the field goal, it puts us up 10-0 about halfway through the second quarter there. Defense comes out again, and that Falconer was out there making plays, Bryce Gamble, Lee Bennett. You see all those names, guys out there flying around making big plays. Sets up Leesburg in great field position to get another short punt by Mount Dora. And we come right out. Eldridge has a nice catch. I think it's maybe his second catch on the season. Nice catch, nice run. Lee Bennett has a 28-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it was nice to see. James Eldridge, he's traditionally been, a very outstanding special teams player for us. But this year he's one of our impact players on the offense, and does a lot that goes unseen, but it's nice when he gets the ball in his hands and made a big catch there from Jabari Dunham, throw from Jabari, and then of course capping that drive was Lee Bennett on a big catch and run, made a great move out in the flat and made a guy miss and then took it in for the score. So that was a big drive for us there.
Yeah, so Leesburg's up 17-0 at that point. And Mount Dora is actually able to come back on the next offensive possession, and a nice strike down the field. A long throwing catch to Von Davis brings them to a 6 point. I guess they missed the extra point, so they ended up with 6 points, 17-6 with about 4 minutes left in the first half. We're able to get the ball back before we end the half and have a nice kind of sustained drive there. Dunham, several nice throwing catches. Benton had a nice run, and ultimately Dunham caps it off with a touchdown, going into halftime up 24-6.
Yeah, it was nice to answer, because Mount Dora is just so explosive and athletic. At some point, they're going to make some plays. We told our kids that, told our staff that. I mean, they're just a good football team and good players, well coached, and they're going to make some things happen. So. Right there, we're up 17-0, but knowing that those guys could strike at any time, and surely enough, they came out and had a nice scoring drive against us. But it was very nice for us to answer prior to the end of the half and develop a little more of a cushion with that lead going into the locker room for the second halftime of the game.
Yeah, and really, and we'll get to the second half highlights here in a minute, but really a tale of two halves. Great. First half, second half, not so great. Won the game, but there were some moments that I'm sure you would like to get corrected, and I'm sure you're working on getting them corrected. But you go into halftime, and it's an unusual game. It's like every week we talk about the delays and that type of thing. I was almost thinking they were going to run the clock or shorten the length of the halftime, but they didn't. So you guys go from, it felt like the end of the game to halftime, and once again, just a unique situation of having to deal with that for pretty much the third week in a row or second week in a row.
Yeah, it's become almost the norm now to be out of schedule, to be out of sync. So we try as best we can to keep our kids in routine, our players, our coaches. But when we get out of routine, we want to deal with the adversity as best we can and make sure that the players are able to refocus and stay on task as far as, hey, this is what we have to do, regardless of how long we have to wait. We still have to do our job and play a game. But it throws things off a little bit, and that's for both teams, not just Leesburg, but for all the people involved, coaches, players, everybody. But I thought we did a good job with the delays, but of course, you never know how that affects one team or other. But our second half play certainly was not as strong in some instances as our first half play. However, we were able to band together, through some of the adversity that we had. Mount Dora, as I said, is a good team. They made some big plays in that second half, and we didn't panic. That's the thing I was most proud about our kids and our coaches. We didn't panic. We kept our poise, stayed together, and made enough plays to come out on top, win the game.
So we get the ball back. Offensively, we're actually in our first possession Mount Dora gets the ball to start the second half and is able to go down and score a touchdown. So just like that, early on in the third quarter, 24-13 game, we got ourselves a ball game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's exactly what you don't want to have happen is, opening drive, those guys come out and score pretty efficiently and quickly. So that was, but as I said before, that's something that as we looked at that football team and preparing for them this week, that's the type of team they are. They can score quickly, and they are very, very good, very, very explosive and potent. So nonetheless, we still had the lead at that point, and it was time for us to come out and go to work, hopefully on offense.
So we come out offensively, playing pretty well. Made some big plays. There was a big fourth down conversion, Dunham to Falconer, where he absolutely got drilled and got the pass off and a great throw and catch. We're starting to drive, and then we catch a bad break. It was almost like, it looked like, from my vantage point, that Dunham went to throw the ball and it just slipped out of his hand before he could throw it. Interception, Mount Dora.
Yeah, just exactly what happened. It was nobody hit his arm. Just one of those things. Just a little slickness on the ball, just slipped out of his hand, and it's a shame because Jabari's been he's been outstanding this year with his decision making, and when he's throwing the ball, I mean he's never put it in the hands of the other team until that particular time right there. But that happens sometimes. He ball just slipped freakishly out of his hand, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Leesburg gets the ball back after Mount Dora goes 3-and-out. Leesburg gets the ball back, playing pretty well offensively, forced to punt, and special teams came back to bite us. We've played, I thought, pretty well in special teams all year, and we had a couple of hiccups against Mount Dora, but Mount Dora was able to block the punt and take it in for a touchdown.
Yep. That was one of those things where we like to pride ourselves on the way we play our special teams, but unfortunately on that one, Mount Dora did a great job and of getting the block and scooping and scoring, and that's definitely a momentum changer in their favor, and it's one of those instances where we tell our players, the adversity strikes, we have to embrace, we got to pull together, and that's what we needed to do at that point, because you could easily start to crumble, hang your head, and allow that momentum just to keep building on the other side.
So Leesburg gets the ball back. That brings the score to Leesburg 24, Mount Dora 19. We get the ball back to really end the third quarter, but going into the fourth, we got ourselves a 5-point game. Leesburg up 24-19, and we do just what you said. Offense comes out, kind of a long, sustained drive, helped by a flag on the play. There was we were going to go 3-and-out, and one of the Mount Dora players had a personal foul called on him, ended up giving us a first down, ultimately capped off that drive in the Anthony Scott 33-yard touchdown. Leesburg's up 31-19.
Yep, big play by Anthony Scott, alias A Smooth. And he's got that big play ability. We've seen him earlier in the year take a nice long touchdown run, and he had one on Friday night when we needed it. We needed it most right there. We needed to make a play to get the momentum back in our favor. So that was a big play by Anthony.
So we get the touchdown, comeback, ensuing kickoff. Kickoff team's been great all year as well, but 98-yard touchdown return. So just like that, 31-25, Mount Dora is right back in it.
Yep. It's wild because Eldridge has been doing a great job putting the ball in the end zone, forcing teams to have to take it on the 20. And then when we haven't put it in the end zone, our coverage team has been very, very solid. But certainly we had some guys, a couple guys out of position, and when you got players like Mount Dora have, they can take advantage of that. And he hit the crease and was gone. So that was right when we think, man, we're feeling good. Let's go down, play some defense, hopefully get a stop, get the ball back in our offensive unit's hands, and hopefully put this game on ice. Bam, they take it the distance, and now we're back in a fight.
Yeah, then they come back on the kickoff, kick an onside kick, and get the ball back. And not only do they get the ball back, I believe either on that play or a few plays after that, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called on us. Mount Dora ends up with the ball on our 27-yard line, knocking on the door down 6 points.
Yep. Yeah, so they got a chance to go up and take the lead. And, this was probably, there are two instances in this football game that I look at that were really the major plays or the major moments of the game. And one of those, I think, was our defensive, goal line stand down there. Certainly, had they gotten in and scored there, who knows, who knows how it would have ended. But I thought our defense really did a great job down there in keeping them from getting in the end zone.
Yeah, you did on the road. Helped by a delay of game penalty, which I think came after a timeout. I was really surprised that, or a dead ball or something, but it came, and I was really surprised at Mount Dora, but that's the way the ball bounces sometimes, I guess, and they get a delay of game, backs them up, and we have the goal line stand, keep them out of the end zone, and you got to be proud of that as a Yellow Jacket.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we get the ball back, about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dunham's able to go out and make a few things happen. Get the ball down to the Mount Dora 22-yard line or so, and Eldridge gets another field goal tonight, 35-yard field goal, puts us up 34-25 with about 4 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, the big play there was a big third down catch and run by Adrian Falconer. Jabari's been hooking up with Adrian all year long, and just a great read. He hits Falconer in the right spot, and Adrian was just hoping he would get the first down so we could keep the drive alive. Well, he got a lot more than the first down and took a big chunk of yardage and put us in the field goal range, and we were able to not finish the drive with a touchdown, but finish it with a field goal, and going up 9 there was big for us.
So come back out on defense, basically shut Mount Dora down on their last drive, able to come back out, victory formation, and coach's favorite formation, I'm sure. And in the game, Leesburg 34, Mount Dora 25.
Yep. It was a great win for us, and just really proud of our players and our coaches for the way they helped prepare the kids this week. Mount Dora is a heck of a football team, and they do a great job. So it was great for us to be able to go in there and get a win in their home field and be 3-0 at this point.
All right, Coach. Well, you brought a couple players with you here today. Can you tell us who they are and a little bit about them?
Yeah, well, we got Lee Bennett. He was one of our captains. Has been an outstanding student athlete for us for 4 years. And Lee is a jack of all trades player. He plays linebacker on defense, plays a little bit of everything on offense. I mean, this week against Mount Dora, you saw him play a couple snaps at quarterback, receiver. Some snaps in the backfield as a running back, so he does a little bit of everything. H-back, does it all, tight end. And then, of course, Jabari Dunham, who's just been outstanding from week to week as our quarterbacks. Also played some snaps in the secondary as well. And so both of those guys, outstanding students, outstanding young men, high-character young men, and leaders on our football team, both of them captains and doing a fine job for us this year.
All right, Coach, we're going to spend a few moments talking to them, and then we'll follow up when we're done with them and talk with you about this week's game against West Orange High School.
Excellent.
All right, we're back with two Yellow Jacket players, Jabari Dunham and Lee Bennett. Guys, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. You guys obviously came off of a big win last week against Mount Dora. Jabari, you're a quarterback, free safety type.
Yes, sir.
Lee, you're a slash. What all do you play? You play a little bit of everything, right?
Linebacker, wide receiver, everything.
And this is your first year as a Yellow Jacket. Last year you came over from Eustis.
Correct.
And how are you liking it?
It's been awesome. Been pretty good so far. I'm liking it. Feel like they really accepted me over here, so it's been good.
Quite an adjustment, learning a new offense and new players and that type of thing.
Yeah, it's been a challenge having to get in the playbook, watch film. It's been very tough. But
I know Coach Trivers has been really happy with the way you performed and you've thrown the ball. I've been particularly impressed as good as you've thrown the ball, coming in with the new guys, new offense, and have done a really good job. Defense. Last year, did you play defense as well, or just?
I just played offense last year. Didn't play any D.
And you guys are both basketball players.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking forward to you guys on the hard court this year. Lee, you've had a great season. Big play, Lee Bennett. You're all over the place offensively and defensively. Last week you had a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
And out of all the things you do, what is your favorite? Offense, defense, tight end, fullback. What do you like?
I really can't say, but if I had to pick, I'd say linebacker because I like hitting.
Yeah. Did you have a sack last week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sack. I thought I saw you get one out there. And this week you guys, West Orange, homecoming, right?
Homecoming.
Big. You got a date for the dance?
No.
All right, well, guys, I wish you guys the best of luck this week. We're going to be out there. Want everybody to come out and watch you guys get a victory over West Orange for homecoming. Make the hometown crowd proud there.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, we're back. As promised, every week, first-class guys and great people.
Absolutely.
Well, this week's homecoming at H.O. Dabney Stadium, West Orange High School. What can you tell us about them?
Well, West Orange is as good a team that will play all year long. And they're it's a 8A school, close to 4,000 students at the school. But I tell our players and our coaches, you can only line up 11 guys at a time. But they are really, really, really outstanding. You look at their offensive line is impressive, good size, good athleticism. Quarterback, left-hander is a good player, can throw it and run it. They've got a great running back, and then the receiving core is dynamic. And the one receiver is one of the best in the area, number 7. So they're really an excellent football team offensively, and defensively is the same thing. You look across the board, just good size, good athleticism, well coached. It's a very, very good football operation that we're going to be facing this week here at Leesburg and West Orange. But we're going to prepare well and hopefully go out and put ourselves in a position to be 4-0.
And I'm sure as a coach, it is homecoming this week, right?
It is.
It is, yeah. And I'm sure as a coach, with the even more emphasis this week on practice and concentration with all the activities that are going to be going on at the school.
Absolutely. It's kind of been the story of the year, though, getting out of routine. So this is with all the lightning strikes. So, this is really homecoming week's the week that you're always concerned about as a head coach because of all the different things, the dance and the parade and the games and the different things that go on. But I think our players are mature. I think we got good leadership. I think they'll do a good job of understanding that the most important event of the week is Friday night football game. And to be able to play well, we've got to prepare well. So it's going to be important that the leaders, guys such as Jabari Dunham and Lee Bennett, do a great job in reminding their teammates that hey, we got to stay focused on what's most important.
We also want to invite everybody out this week once again to Phillips Buick GMC for the Randy Trivers pregame show. We air that or tape that there in Fruitland Park at Phillips Buick GMC. Invite the community to come on out and play. Coach or watch them. Excuse me. Coach brings several players with him. Usually the players of the week and their families, and it's kind of evolved into a really nice event, weekly thing that a lot of people look forward to. So we want to invite all of you listeners out there to come on out 7 o'clock every Wednesday, Phillips Buick GMC in Fruitland Park. Come meet Coach, meet some of the players, and just have a good time. Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. we look forward to West Orange and hopefully a Yellow Jacket homecoming victory, and speaking with you next week about the game.
You know, we're excited, and hopefully we have a lot of former Yellow Jackets come back and for homecoming, and hopefully we'll be able to put together a great performance and make all the alumni proud.
Yep, and we want all the viewers to come on out to the game. It's fun. It's nice to watch the show, but come out and support the team. Look forward to seeing you guys, Coach, and speaking with you next week.
Thanks, Ashley.
Take care.
This program is made possible in part by a production grant from Phillips Buick GMC.
Want to save money servicing your vehicle? Visit Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer. For oil changes, tire repairs, or maintenance, you get more than fast, reliable service. You get fair pricing and quality work done the first time by factory-trained technicians you can trust. And with 48 service bays, no appointments are necessary. Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer, just south of the Villages.